Hello, this is Dave from Dimensional Consulting. Today's video will discuss how datum sequence affects which degrees of freedom are constrained by which datum features. The part has two datum features, a planar surface and a cylinder. The hole is located relative to the two datum features. The two datum features will constrain 5 degrees of freedom. Locating the hole does not require that the rotation u be constrained. The figure on this slide shows the datum references grayed out. On subsequent slides, we will look at two different possibilities for how the datums could be referenced, and we will see how it affects which datum features constrain which degrees of freedom. Here we see datum sequence A primary, B secondary. Since the planar datum feature is referenced primary, it will constrain translation x and rotations v and w. Secondary datum feature B will constrain translations y and z. Rotation u is left unconstrained. In the lower right corner of the slide, we see how datum feature A must make planar contact with the top of the gauge. This is how it constrains x and v and w. Datum feature B will make contact with the gauge surfaces, but loosely enough to not raise any part of datum feature A off the top of the gauge. This is how the gauge will constrain datum feature B in the y and z. Here we see datum sequence B primary, A secondary. Since the cylindrical datum feature is referenced primary, it will constrain translations y and z and rotations v and w. Secondary datum feature A will constrain translation x. Rotation u is left unconstrained. In the lower right corner of the slide, we see how datum feature B must make maximum contact with the gauge. This is how the gauge will constrain datum feature B in the y and z and v and w. Datum feature A will make single point contact with the surface of the gauge. This is how the gauge will constrain datum feature A in the x translation. That's today's video. If you want to see more tips like this, please subscribe and visit my website at dimensionalconsulting.com.